Hey there folks, Quentin here, Mask Ramen on the internet with another comic book review, and this time I have Cable issue number 1. Cable issue number 1 by Art T. Bear, art by Art T. Bear, and written by Fabian Nicieza. This follows Kane, who is Weapon X, as he is stuck in the future because Cable sent him there, or rescued him and sent him there to the future to sort of hide out, I guess, and he was supposed to wait for him. But it's been over a year, and Kane has actually been looking at the records, historical records, to sort of see what Cable has done in the future, seeing as how that's sort of where he came from. He learns about Cable's past, where his wife and son were killed. So this is sort of like Cable's wife. She dies, and then he learns that his son Tyler is captured by Strife. We all know that Strife is sort of Cable's clone. Back then, it was sort of not really. It was a mystery back then when this was written, and this is sort of like learning that, like, how Cable was in the future, and there's a bunch of sort of different factions, mutant factions, and sort of humans where they're sort of like still at each other in the future. And then, as I said, Strife here is the one who captured his son and sort of brainwashed him, and Cable sort of made the decision to kill his own son. So he literally has nobody in the future, and that's sort of like he's trying to change. I guess that's why he goes to the past, and try to help the X-Men and sort of create X-Force. And it really ignited the sort of mystery in my imagination. I know that's all said and done and whatnot, but I remember reading these, and Cable was a really cool, interesting character. And when this book sort of came out, it was like, whoa, and it's pretty cool. Art T. Bear really mimics Jim Lee's style pretty good. He took over the X-Men when Jim Lee left, and at the time I didn't really notice that Jim Lee left, because Art T. Bear almost draws like Jim Lee. I'm not sure if that's sort of like a tracing kind of deal, but he's real good. I mean, I know he used to ink for Jim Lee, so really great artwork, and that's sort of all I really know of Art T. Bear. And I know he sort of left Marvel as well and did his own thing too. And he's doing really well nowadays. Go check out Black and White, his book on Indiegogo. Really great stuff coming out from him. He's really evolved and become his own sort of. He's really great right now, and he was really great back then too. But now he's not like some Jim Lee clone. So the story here is pretty cool. They sort of get like this guy to sort of go back, Sinclair, some sort of assassin, to sort of go back to the past, and then to sort of these companies can gain some sort of advantage. And Kane is with Cable's old allies, his old clan, and they're sort of ambushed because they're following Kane. They're noticing someone looking up Cable, and they sort of follow him into their sort of headquarters, and they ambush them, and they're called the Flatliners. They sort of come and tear things up, but then Cable's back, and that's sort of, and he rescues them, and then he's like, we gotta go find out what's this all about. And Kane and him sort of make the decision to go back to where Kane is from. So he's going to escort him back to the past. And a really great first issue. I only have this first issue physical copy. I bought this when it came out. This isn't something that that I got in the dollar bin or anything like that. And I never really continued it because it's probably because of like I couldn't be buying so many books. And this is like $3.50 at the time. 1993 is $3.50 for a book was pretty crazy. Obviously because it has like the sort of what is this gold foil or whatever it's called. It's really cool. I never really followed more cable stuff, but I do have it digitally, and I think I'm up to issue 4. RT Bear sort of disappears on book 3, but he comes back in book 4 to sort of finish off the first sort of story arc. If you like cable, this is a really cool book to grab. It's interesting how they used to sort of grab your attention back then, but nowadays, I don't know, cable is like how much more future can there be in terms of comic books. You sort of always have to rewrite it because, you know, the further we get along in our own timeline, you sort of run into these sort of issues and stuff like that. You can only, it's like, I feel like cable, there's not just one cable, there's probably 1,000 million cables out there trying to change his future and change his past. So I give this book 8 out of 10 because of the art was really great. I know a lot of people sort of had issues with Fabian Nicieza after he took over all the X stuff from like Chris Claremont, but I never really had any issues with him and his writing. I always sort of just sort of went along with it, and I never really, it was never really a problem for me. It didn't really make me leave. The X-Men Executioner song is a really great storyline that I like, that really featured Cable in it. It was like an X event. So yeah, I give this an 8 out of 10. Check it out. Until next time, God bless.